As you know, my preference in class is to get you standing to do, well, any type of exercise really, just because, you know, that's how we live our daily lives. Usually we go out, we're walking around, etc. But the situation is not normal at the moment, so I just wanted to provide you a seated alternative for the endurance section that we do in the classes. So that 10-minute section where we try and get that heart rate up a little bit and get ourselves feeling a little bit warmer and slightly out of breath. So this is, as I said, just a 10-minute seated version for those of you who would like to try this. Or maybe you just want to mix things up. Sometimes you do the standing, sometimes you do the seating. As long as you can provoke that physical response. So as I said, that's being slightly warmer and that's slightly out of breath feeling, then that's great. So all you're going to need, a nice sturdy chair, something like a dining room chair. And yeah, then if that's it, then we're good to go. Let's make a start. Once you get used to this, you might want to put some music on in the background so you don't have to listen to me. But I'm not having music in the background for copyright reasons. Let's start with making sure our posture is nice. So as always, hip walk to the front of the chair, bringing those feet with you. Okay, let's make sure our posture is nice so that our chest is up and our shoulders relaxed. So we're sitting nice and tall. We're going to start with the feet, and all we're going to do is start with that gentle march. So we're just picking out that feet one at a time. During this, I'm going to get up and move my chair around a little bit just to give you a better angle of what I'm doing. Please don't follow that bit. You stay seated. We just started, as I said, with a little bit of a gentle march in the chair. So I'm picking each foot up and then I'm coming down on the toes, the ball of the foot and through to the heel. So I'm getting movement through that ankle. I'm not picking the knee up too high, just a little bit off the ground. Lovely. Keeping that posture nice for me. Spine nice and long and tall. Okay, hands are up to you. If you want a bit more support, you can have them down by the side of the chair. If you're comfortable, you can just have them on your knees. Lovely. A few more for me. Okay, let's give those legs a rest. Let's go to the arms. So I am swinging my arms back and forth from the shoulders. So I'm doing marching with my arms. I'm going to move my chair. So as you can see, my elbows at 90, my chest is up, and I'm swinging that arm from the shoulder back and forth. Both feet are on the ground flat, knees about hip width apart, and swinging those arms back and forth from the shoulder. Just getting that circulation going a bit. Nice large movement back and forth. Keeping going for me. Think about that posture, lifting those ribs away from the waist. Elbows staying at 90. Coming back and forth. Lovely. Okay, and let's bring in the legs again. So now we are using arms and feet. And as you can see from the sideways view, I'm picking my foot up, coming down onto the ball of the foot and then going through to the heel. So I'm still getting movement in that ankle. Lovely. Big movements with the arms, and just picking those feet a little bit off the floor and coming back down through to the heel. Lovely, and come down to rest. I'm going to change my chair back, and we're going to change to our toe taps. You know those diagonal toe taps we do in class? So remember, do that posture check, and then change to those diagonal toe taps. Now, as you can see, I've got two green resistance bands actually lying on the floor. And you might want to do this, put kind of markers on the floor so that you know that you're reaching out and tapping down with your toe, trying to get the marker with your toe. So picking that foot up and then tapping that toe down. We're not going very wide. If 12 o'clock's down the middle, we're tapping out to about 11 and 1 o'clock, just picking up a little bit of a diagonal tap with that toe. Keeping that posture nice. You can have your hands down by the side if you need a bit of support. Remember to keep that spine nice and tall. Lovely. So using those bands or whatever you put on the floor as markers to tap your toe down. Okay, let's come back. Let's give those feet a rest. Let's go back to our arms. So now I want you to put your hands by your chest. And what we're going to do is reach out one at a time in front. So one at a time reaching out. Keeping those shoulders down and relaxed. And when you reach out, I really want to get a stretch through those hands. Okay? So keep going with this. I'm going to change my chair position. Posture. And then I'm reaching out, getting that stretch through my hand, through my finger. Okay? So I'm not staying here. We're trying to reach out in front. Still keep it so there's a little bit of a slight bend in your elbow. So you don't fully extend your arms. Still always slightly soft elbow, slight bend in the elbow. Reaching forward and coming back. One at a time. Lovely. Keep going so I can turn around. Excellent. Stretch through that fingers at the end. Really get that hand out. Keeping that chest up and those shoulders relaxed. Feet flat on the floor. Lovely. And bring it down to a rest. Okay. And now we're going back to the legs and we're going to do a side step. So a little bit of, it's not a big move. We're just stepping out to the side a little bit and back. Keeping it about hip width, okay? So it's a small step out and back. Keep that spine long. You can have your hands down by the side by the chair to give you a bit of extra support if you need. We're just taking that foot out and back. Keep that chest up, shoulders relaxed. As I said, doesn't need to be a big step out. Try not to drag your foot along the floor though. Should be a slight lift of the knee. The ankle needs to stay underneath the knee. Okay? And by that I mean we're not doing this at the moment. Can you see how my ankle's coming out? So that, and the difference. So this is what we need to be doing. Keeping that body nice and upright. Hands down by the side if you need a bit of extra support. Just tapping one side and then the other. Foot down, leading with the side of that foot. Fab. Okay. And come back to the middle. Lovely. Now I want you to go back to, we want to do heel raises. Remember we just raised the heel one at a time, but we're going to add the bicep curl to that. So, getting those feet moving with that bicep curl. I'm going to change my seat position so I can show you better. You see I'm at the front of the chair still, and I'm raising one heel at a time, nice and slowly, getting movement through those ankles whilst doing what we call a bicep curl. So my hands are coming down to the side and then up to the shoulder. The upper arm isn't moving, it's just the lower arm. Those elbows are staying pointed towards the floor. Fantastic. Couple more. Keep going, I'm going to turn back. Lovely. Okay, we're going on to our seated sway. So for this, we're transferring weight from one bottom cheek to another. So coming down the middle and then transferring the weight from one bottom cheek to the other. I'm coming slightly up, down, and then slightly up again. My heel is coming up as well. So I'm transferring my weight from one sitting bone to the other, one bottom cheek to the other, down and up, down and up. Have the hands down by the chair if you need a little bit more support. Don't go too quickly because that will decrease your stability. Don't go too slowly because that will also decrease your stability. We're coming down, across and up. shifting the weight, transferring our weight from one bottom cheek to the other. Lovely. I would like you to add some arms if you want, if you feel stable enough. So the arms are coming across the front of the body and up to the side. As you can see, my palms are facing up at the end of it. So it's down and up, down, transferring the weight and up. Palms facing the ceiling, arms not going more than shoulder height. One side and then the other, transferring the weight. Big movement of those arms across the body. Don't twist or turn the body, it's just the arms coming up the front. One side, down, and then the other. Lovely. Okay, and I want to come back to this march. Just marching on the spot, chest up, shoulders relaxed, swinging from the shoulder, foot just coming up a little bit off the floor, coming down on the balls of the foot and going through to the heel. So hopefully you started to feel a bit warmer, maybe breathing a tiny bit faster, all while seated. Lovely. As I said, if you can stand, there are 10-minute endurance sections on the channel that you can do standing. If you just fancy something different or you want to remain seated for your own reasons, that's fine. It's more that we move as much as possible at the moment, whether that's seated or standing. Lovely. Bring those feet down and just go into the heel marches, the heel raises, sorry. So I'm going back to where I'm just keeping the ball of the foot on the floor and bringing my heel up and down. Again, my posture is always nice. Try and maintain that posture during this section. If now and then you feel that it's too much, just relax a bit. Give yourselves a little bit of time to get your muscles relaxed, and then come back to this posture where that spine's nice and tall, chest up, shoulders relaxed. Lovely. And just very slowly, heels coming up and down. Lovely. And come down to a stop. Fantastic. Okay, so said in the beginning, 10-minute seated endurance section just to get that circulation boosted a bit and get yourself moving. I hope you enjoyed it. There's also mobilisation exercises that you can do on the YouTube channel. They're all seated, and some stretches as well. Thank you.